That's wild.
Oh yeah, bro. Man, it's been a great time. Happy New Year. These past few days have flown by, man.
Hold up. New Year's? You know it's been a couple months, right? We're in March, almost.
Couple months?
Yeah.
You mean we forgot about the channel?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the SoCal Tram. I'm Matt.
And I'm Caesar.
And today, on this episode of the Dram, before we get into this bottle, we just want to say, hey, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. It's free, it's fun. To all the returning viewers, hey, we appreciate y'all so much for sticking around. Nonetheless, everybody smash that like button before you leave. And Caesar, it's been a minute.
It's
been a minute since we had something from this.
Yeah.
What do we got on the bar today, my friend?
Today we got something great from your bar, my friend.
That's right. Today, Matt took a little trip back in January. Matt took himself a little trip to the Woodinville Distillery up in Woodinville, Washington, and brought back a Distillery Exclusive Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. Let's get to it. So, Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. Yeah, folks, before we get into this bottle, let's address the elephant in the room. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we were able to link up. It's been a minute since we dropped a video on this channel. Somehow we've gained traction. That just blows my mind. But nonetheless, folks, we really do appreciate you guys just kind of waiting out this post-holiday rush, we'll call it. We just had some things we had to take care of. You know, life happens, and so we have to go ahead and take care of those things. You guys understand, you know. But, hey, we're back. That's what matters. I forgot to say it in the intro because it's been about 3 months. Don't forget to smash that little bell. That way you know when we drop a brand new video like today. Otherwise, you'll never know. Shout out to everybody in the comments who's been missing us. We love you guys. And we're back. So, Woodinville. Bourbon, finished in PX Sherry, Distillery Exclusive. Can't buy this. So we're coming out the gate with something you can't go get. If you live in Woodinville and you haven't been up to the distillery, I would highly recommend it. Super fun. Maybe Caesar will go ahead and pepper in some B-roll or at least some stills that I took when I was there. Really cool distillery. I forget the name of the gentleman who led the tour, but he really knew his stuff, has been with that company for a minute. Your boy was very drunk when he went up to the distillery, partly due to the fact that my wife and I had actually gone to the winery across the street because when we were looking at things to do for our Christmas trip, it was like, hey, there's this winery that we both really love. You want to go? And so we did. And so, yeah, we were day drinking, folks. But when we got back to the tasting room at Woodinville after we had done the tour, they were mashing and distilling at the same time, and it smelled incredible in there. And I got to try a new make off the still. That was a lot of fun. And we got back to the tasting room, and they're like, so we have 3 distillery exclusives. And I'm like, yes, please. Because they were all sherry finished. They were I think it was musket sherry finish. I could be wrong on that. It was the PX sherry, and it was a Oloroso sherry finish. And you know me, I love Oloroso whiskey. But this one really kind of just pushed through the other two, which was saying something because I was about 8 whiskeys deep at that point. But nonetheless, what are you expecting as we get into this bottle? I know you love Woodinville.
Yeah, I love Woodinville.
You brought us our first bottle.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember that first bottle was so like sweet. I think, I forgot what, creme brulee. Yeah, creme brulee. Yeah. It was so good. And since then, anything Woodinville has to offer, I've always been willing to try, let alone, especially a sherry finish. Like, we love anything sherry finish, and if we already love Woodinville, then it could only be good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things, right, where I was thinking, okay, we both really like the Woodinville, and I'm clearly enjoying all of this Woodinville right now, meaning about a month ago. But like you said, we both like sherry finished whiskeys, and me in particular, that's kind of what got me into being a whiskey nerd was sherry finished whiskeys. Glendronach 12, it's my whiskey, it's my desert island whiskey. You can check that one up here. Glendronach 18, that's the whiskey. If I could drink it for the rest of my life, I would. Again, up here. See, I remember how to do this YouTube. But I will say that this one, the bourbon and the PX sherry mix so wonderfully that I've only ever had that in one other bourbon, and we haven't reviewed it yet, but we've had it together, and it was that Wyoming, the double cask, which I have a bottle of. Maybe we'll get to it soon. But nonetheless, let's get into this. Let's see if we remember how to do this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The sherry influence is on the nose already, too.
And this is a neck pour. This is cracked especially for the review. And again, I know that you can't really quite go by this, but this was something special. This is the first time we've been drinking together in a minute, so I wanted to somewhat mark the occasion. And this one, it set me back about, I want to say, $60. And I think it's still just normal 47.5% ABV. So nothing too crazy. It's not too hot on the nose. It smells like pancakes to me on the nose. It smells like breakfast. You already sipped it.
Yeah, and it did not disappoint. It folks, so sometimes there's whiskeys where, you see these two things and you're like, I like that and I like that. Oh, let's get that because it must be good. And there's a lot of the times where it doesn't really click together. Even though you like the two items, it doesn't click. This, my friends, is not one of those times. This said, I like Woodinville and I like sherry, and it made a beautiful combo baby together, and it is delicious. Not disappointing whatsoever. There's just, and it's cool because it's a nice even flow of both, of like the sweet Woodinville and then the sherry like red fruits finish. It's a good balanced mix. Yeah. It's not overbearing in one or the other. It's like flushly, beautifully mixed together.
You get that like sweet, buttery, like caramel corn, thing going on from the bourbon. And then the sherry just brings in this like candy, waxed, like almond or walnut. I'm leaning more towards walnuts. But it's got that waxy sherry finish that I absolutely love. Drunk Matt made the right choice.
Oh, yeah.
Drunk Matt was right on the money with this.
This is definitely a nice sipper for sure.
This is one of those where I think it was the Blue Spot where I was thinking, if I see that, or no, it wasn't Blue Spot. It was the Green Spot Chateau. What do you call it?
Chateau Le Domain.
I can't believe you still remember how to say it. Chateau Le Vaubarton. Again, up here, if I haven't run out of headers yet. That I remember saying it's one of those whiskeys where once I see it, like if I'm in the search for a drink, once I see it, I'm not drinking anything else tonight. That's what I'm drinking. This is going to fall very quickly into that category.
Damn, and it's 47%. It drinks like a 40.
I would say it doesn't drink like 47, but it's still got a little bit of heat. I'd say like 45, but it could just be the neck pour for me. Also, I haven't, newsflash, folks, when you do a whiskey channel, sometimes you don't drink whiskey during the week. Because sometimes you shoot 5 or 6 reviews and you're like, I'm good for a few days.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been drinking a whole lot recently. And not for any reason other than, hey, I just haven't really been drinking. And I've been okay with that. And so for me, it's drinking a little bit hotter. But it's also not drinking offensively. This is what... I remember drinking that first Woodinville. And it was like, wow, this is incredibly sweet. And this is sweet to a point. Yeah. Like I said, you get that caramel popcorn. I get that waxy walnut note to it. But overall, just a super delicate balance that I'd highly recommend.
Super. The balance, hats off to the distiller because the balance is beyond superb. Like, I've had a lot of, good whiskeys that are mixed, but it's always a slightly overbearing in one way or the other. Like whether it's too much this A or too much B.
You put it in a barrel and that barrel takes over.
Yeah, exactly. This is beautifully, evenly flushed out both ways. It's ridiculously well put together.
Yeah, I think they let this marry for just the right amount of time. Like it was like, nope, pull it. We can't let it go even a minute longer. Damn, I wish I would have bought 2.
Yeah, right. How much did you get this for?
Like I said, it was about $60 if I remember correctly. Drunk Matt may or may not remember $60. I think it was $60, which makes sense. And like I said, they had 2 other distillery exclusives, both sherry finished that I got to try. But again, this one was the one that kind of just led the pack on all 3. And by this point, again, I was 8 glasses of wine in, and I think my wife and I did the math, and it was something like 10 whiskeys because she was doing a little like, yeah, this tastes delicious. Give me your glass. I mean, like throughout the whole tour. Not that she didn't like it. She actually even said, she goes, of all of these I've tried, the port finish is actually my favorite. But again, she just doesn't drink hard spirits. And so it was one of those things to where your boy was drinking all the hard spirits.
No.
Yeah, no, which was fine up until the tasting room when it was like, yeah, we have these 3 Distillery Exclusives. I'm like, yes, please. And then they're like, do you want to try new make? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to try new make. And then they're like, do you want to try this maple syrup? And I'm like, huh? And I did, and it was delicious. And then they're like, we had 2 cask drinks. I'm like, line them up. And yeah, your boy was drunk.
Drunk in the funk,
But it was a good time. And again, if you are up in the Woodinville area, cannot recommend visiting this distillery enough. And again, they were mashing and distilling at the same time, so I got to try new make right off the still. Their new make was incredibly tropical. Like, it was just coming off the still. It was like mango, papaya.
Damn.
It was wild,
Nice.
like in terms of just the fruity element I was getting off of this.
That's cool.
And it was funny because the guy goes, do you like know about whiskey? Huh? I'm like, I know a little bit.
Did you give him a card?
I did.
Hell yeah.
I was like, hey, you may know me. And he's like, I've never heard of you.
You might be one of our 100 followers.
I'm like, can't you just lie? All you had to do was look me in the eye and tell me a lie.
So I put water in it. The nose, it made it more...
kind of mutes it.
To me, it made the nose turn into more nail polish. Like it's no
Yeah,
more
I can
flavor.
get behind
And
that.
then, to be honest, I think that's what it did for the actual drink too. I think it took away the flavor. I think the sherry almost gets obliterated with just a couple drops of water, and then it just turns into regular old bourbon.
Super candied on the front with the water, like it's almost too sweet. But then you're right, it kind of just rolls it back into just kind of standard bourbon. But I will say it doesn't blow up any pepper notes or anything like that.
No.
I'm not really getting much of a spicy influence on this at all. Like sometimes in like sherry finished whiskeys or sherry finished scotches, we'll get like the leather notes or we'll get like that tobacco leaf, or at least I do. Not getting any of those sort of like earthy or peppery, spicy Christmas baking spices kind of things out of this at all, even without the water. But yeah, I think you're right. With the water, it brings it down, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't bring it down like a whole lot. It's just kind of like it's there. I'm kind of rambling for a minute just because I want to see if it kind of mellows out.
Yeah.
And kind of it's like, okay, you know, we're at a drinking point again with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, overall, like so far, like definitely neat. It's nice, bolder, and like it's more well-rounded.
It's swinging
meat.
out the gate.
Yeah. So, as far as rating goes, damn, this is actually really, especially, wow, $60, that's the kicker. So I'm gonna go with 4.5. Yeah, because for that price point, this is easily, I think, $100 bottle. So for
Don't
60
tell them that.
for $60, it is hella worth the bang for your buck. If it was $100, I'd probably say it's like a 3.5. It's still kind of worth that money. But since it's $60 and for what you get out of it, 4.5 for sure.
Okay. So does your score change knowing that it's just a distillery exclusive? Like you can't just go buy this. Just out of curiosity, maybe it doesn't. I'm just curious.
Not for me.
Okay.
It's more, no, that doesn't change.
So I will say, letting it mellow out a little bit, the water does kind of continue to hurt it. So
Okay.
definitely not putting this in a cocktail. Not that I would put like an exclusive. I mean, I would do that thing. I would.
You're like, never mind.
I'm a bit of a mad scientist. Like that. It's like, what if we did this? You can gif out my crazy eyes. They really shine when you trim up the beard. But yeah, this one neat is definitely how you want to drink this. I wish that you could go buy this on a shelf. I think that this would do wonders. But I get it. Like sherry barrels are probably harder to get right now because the pandemic and stuff like that. But man, I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go a little bit more reserved on it just because of the Distillery Exclusive. I'm glad that I have a bottle. Like I said, this will probably go in the cabinet where it's like I'll only bring it out when it's like, you know, you're here or, you know, my best friend's here, stuff like that, where it's like, hey, this is something that we can all drink and appreciate, and then it goes back into the cabinet.
Yeah.
That way I don't drink all of it. But again, I stand by it. Drunk Matt made the right choice.
Yeah, that was...
so it's a 4
stuff.
for me. You said 4.5?
Yep.
So 4.5 from Caesar, 4 from me. But do us a favor, hit us up down in the comments. What do you think of Woodinville? Obviously, if you've had this, let us know. But if you've had just the standard Woodinville or any other one, let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Also, drop us a line. We love you. We love the people who've been checking in with us.
I love lines.
If you're new here, again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We love interacting with all you guys there. Again, thanks for sticking around. Until next time, stay safe, drink well, all aboard. We'll catch you next time. Hey, everybody. Hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. All right. So let's see. Let's see the real take though.
Damn, that's good though.
Right?
That worked. See, and I could actually taste like the absinthe, but it works well with whatever the hell is going on in this cup.